Hello and welcome to the College Athletic Recruiting Services website. You're here today because you're a student athlete that desires to continue to play your sport in college. But before you can do so, you need to understand the athletic recruitment process. And I'm here to explain that to you today. I want you to envision the athletic recruitment process as nothing more than a giant funnel. Very wide at the top, very narrow at the bottom. I want you to envision each one of these cards as student athletes, one of which you are, that are going to go into that recruiting funnel. But before we get into the funnel, I want to explain something to you. For sake of this presentation, we're going to use the sport of men's soccer. There are currently 1,200 plus NCAA, NAIA, and junior college men's soccer programs in the country. Pretty astounding number. However, there are 390,000 plus male soccer players in the United States of America, not counting the international soccer players that come to this country to play soccer. So the odds are certainly not in your favor to go at this alone. And they're certainly not in your favor if you do not understand the process. When we are done with this presentation, you will have a much better understanding of the athletic recruitment process, and in particular, the recruitment funnel. So for sake of this presentation, we're going to consider our funnel as the University of Pittsburgh. Now the University of Pittsburgh is going to recruit the same as a Division II, Division III, or NAIA school would. They all use the same process. That is the funnel process. So the University of Pittsburgh is going to amass up to, if not more, 1,000 names of prospects from all across the country as well as international. They do this by attending tournaments. They do this by receiving resumes and profiles from recruiting services such as College Athletic Recruiting Services. They do this by speaking to coaches. They do this by holding camps and combines and clinics and so forth. No matter how they do it, the fact is they get about 1,000 names and they put them in their recruitment funnel. Now the University of Pittsburgh, as every other school, knows well in advance how many student athletes they have dollars for to bring in any given year. So they know this up front. You don't know it. Their job is to take these 1,000 guys and get it down to the top 10 that they're going to invite for a visit, and in most cases the top 2 or 3 that they're going to make offers to. Your job is to navigate the recruitment funnel. So let's explain that recruitment funnel to you. The first and foremost thing that you as a student athlete needs to do is get into as many recruiting funnels as possible. If you're not in the top, guaranteed you're not coming out the bottom. Now once you're in the top, there's a series of steps that you need to go through. I call these eliminators. Step number 1, what the coaches are going to look at is ability level. Does the student athlete have the ability to compete at my school? Yes, they have your profile. Yes, they have your resume. Yes, there's everything that they need to know about you athletically and academically, but it's up to them at that point to evaluate you, to make a determination of, can he play at my school? Also, can he academically get into my school? The fact is, if they start with 1,000 names, there's going to be about 500 of those 1,000 that they determine cannot play at their school and determine cannot get into their school academically. So all of a sudden, we're down to 500 names. Now, if you're fortunate enough to be one of those 500, the next step in the process is, do we have a spot on our roster for this athlete? If you are a multi-dimensional player, someone who can play many positions, outside mid, outside back, center back, striker, what have you, your odds are going to increase dramatically. The University of Pittsburgh, as every other school, knows what their needs are any given year. Now you could be the best goalkeeper in the entire state, but if they don't need a goalkeeper, guess what? You're not staying in their funnel, okay? Next step in the process is questionnaires. Now, everybody gets excited when they get mail from colleges, but mail is just that, it's mail. However, it's important in respect to the fact that if you're getting it, you're still in their funnel. What it means is we need to learn a little bit more about you. What you need to do is fill out every one of those questionnaires and return every one of those emails. Because if you do not, guess what? You got it, you're out of the funnel, okay? So, if 1,000 guys went in the funnel at the University of Pittsburgh, there may only be 400 left at this point. Now you're fortunate enough to be one of those 400 because so far you've met their criteria from an ability standpoint, you've met their criteria from an academic standpoint, you're a versatile player and they have a roster spot available at your position, and you've returned their questionnaires and their emails. You've stayed on top of things. So congratulations to you. But we're not done yet, because the next step is the phone call period. So we have 400 individuals still in a recruitment funnel at the University of Pittsburgh. Now they're not going to call 400 of you guys. There's no way. They're probably going to call about 200, okay? So for whatever reason, between questionnaire and phone call period, they'll figure out 200 individuals that they can eliminate from their funnel. So now they've got 200 names in their recruitment funnel that they place telephone calls to. And what they're looking for is how you conduct yourself on the phone. They're going to ask you a series of questions. They're going to test you. You need to be prepared for this. You need to return those phone calls. You need to be professional. You need to be inquisitive. You need to be enthusiastic. And I don't care what school it's from. You'd never want to close a door in this process. So we've got through the phone call period. Now, these coaches are going to either want to see you play in person or at the very least see a videotape of you. So I advise you very highly to go out and get a quality highlight tape made. If you do not have one, get on that quickly. Also, get your schedule uploaded, get it ready, and send it out to any coach who asks for it with as much detail as possible. Where they can see you play, the date, the time, the field, the color of your uniform number, all of that matters. So the University of Pittsburgh now is looking at about 200 guys that they're evaluating on tape or in person. Of those 200, they're going to eliminate, yes, believe it or not, about 190 of you. They're going to get it down to about 10 student athletes that they seriously are going to consider. Now you're almost at the bottom of the funnel, but you're not out yet. When you get to this point, this is the most dangerous point, because now you have been hearing from this coach repeatedly, and they're telling you what you want to hear. You're the man, you're the guy, you're the one we want. Reality is they know who they want. They know how much money they have left. They know how many spots they have left. But they're not going to show that hand. They're going to invite the 10 of you that remain in their funnel out for a visit, to meet the coaches, to meet the team, to look at the school. And then, when you get there, they're going to drop the bomb and they're going to say, listen, we only have room for 2 more recruits in this class. Now you are the top 10 that survived our recruitment funnel, but we know that athlete A from Kansas is our number 1 choice, and athlete B from Ohio is our number 2 choice. And you very well may be athlete C. You may be the 3rd guy on their list, but if there's only 2 spots, they're only bringing 2 guys in. And numbers 3 through 10 go home just like that, and it ends. It ends just like that because they're going to make the offer to those top 2 guys. And if they accept that offer, the process is over. If one of them does not, and you're sitting at number 3, then you're going to be able to accept that offer. But if you're not at 3, and you're at 4, again, you go home. So the point of this entire presentation is quite simply this. You need to promote and market yourself. You need to get in front of every single college coach possible. You need to have your resume and your videotape in front of every one of these coaches. That gives you the best chance. The more funnels that you're in, the more chances you're going to come out the bottom. You're not going to come out the bottom of all of them, but you're going to come out the bottom of enough of them that you're going to be able to sit back and reverse recruit. And what I mean by that is you're going to be able to pick a school now that serves you academically, financially, and athletically. Remember, you only have one chance to be recruited. Please do not waste